care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, a baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Un soldato a casa regresó y un niño enfermo se curó. No atrapa en bosque de la lluvia. Un desamparado se salvó por causa de una buena acción y un área y puro. Aleluya, aleluya, aleluya,
I lift my voice to God above, who only shines eternal love. And life was hard before I really knew ya. You hear me cry out in the night. You turn my darkness into light, till every breath becomes a hallelujah.
I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
You know our world is in great pain. She needs our loving care again. But there are those who fail to see what we have done and what we need.
There is a cost for every act, and now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come to stand for love,
to stand for peace, to stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true, to stand for hope, to stand for you. If you're thinking it's not urgent, that we've got more time to kill, if I'm not the one who'll change things, then for heaven's sake, who will? So I will move and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. But I won't be swayed, I will not stop until we've made it to the top, where we will stand for love and peace. We'll stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. We'll stand for hope, we'll stand for you. What is beautiful and true? I stand for hope, I stand for you.
Come to the temple, bathe in the presence of love. Let go of the warring, lay down your sword. You've had enough. For I know you're weary, the battle has taken its toll. Illusion is shattering, the veil is rent. You're whole. So come to the fire and lay down the shame of the past. The blaze purifying, revealing your gold at last. You hold the keys now, unlocking your shackles and chains. No longer a prisoner, you are now free and reclaimed. You're reclaimed. Surrender to my trust that you're enough. of the stories you know. The path now collapsing, leading us all back to one. No longer divided, fractals united in peace. And it's time to play now like children of love's destiny. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember.
supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. If you would like to learn more about our multi-faith endeavor or perhaps support the pod financially, please go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and hang out for a little bit after the talk because we have some more announcements. Last week, we heard from Sensei Dave Vidito, and the Joy Band was our musical accompaniment. If you didn't see that one, go back and check it out. It's an amazing talk. Today, we begin the topic of duality with Shaman Jerry Nettesheim and our musical guest, Jennifer Farron. Next week is our Baha'i representative, Dean Martineau, and he will be accompanied by Miss Michaela Townsend. So without further ado, let's dive right in and we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, Pod family. It is I, Jennifer Farron, coming from my mom's apartment in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where our grand piano is. So the song that I did for you before is called Duality. And I wrote it with the help of AI. AI punched me out like in 2 or 3 seconds a bunch of word salad, and I kind of redid it some and did all the music and the melody to it, and boom, I thought it was kind of cool. And I thought it was interesting that this week's series starts off on duality, and that sometimes artists can feel offended or affronted or triggered when other artists are trying something new and going somewhere where we've never gone before. And I just want you to know, AI is our friend. It still can't get our voice memos right. But sometimes it's knocking out some pretty interesting things and paragraphs when you ask it things. Anywho, so this next song is called The Secret Recipe of Life. And I wrote this one all by myself yesterday for Reverend Jessie James. She and I are going to be at Unity of Gainesville this Sunday at Georgia. And her talk title is The Secret Recipe of Life. And I thought, well, duality is part of the secret recipe of life. We have to accept that some days we're up and some days we're down. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. Sometimes we give, sometimes we're selfish. That's just part of it. That's part of the secret recipe of life. So this is a theme song I wrote for her, and I thought it would go with duality too, because it's all part of it.
Create the secret recipe of
feel so young sometimes and I feel so old. Duality is a balancing act. Two sides of a coin trying to stay intact. A search for harmony in this endless symphony called duality. Logic and heart, a conflicting pair. Reason and emotion, they're both so hard to bear. It's a delicate dance, trying to find my soul's desire. But one side's calm and the other's on fire. Oh, duality, it's a balancing act. Two sides of a coin trying to stay intact. A search for harmony in this endless symphony called duality. Maybe I don't choose, maybe I lose. Labels and meanings and fear. Because duality, well, it's a balancing act. Two sides of a coin trying to stay intact. It's a search for harmony in this endless symphony called duality.
Thank you, Scott and Becky. It is always an honor and a pleasure to share shamanic beliefs with you and with the collective. Aho. Today, I would like us to contemplate the Karo shaman's perspective on duality and how it relates to the intricate tapestry of existence. Our world is woven from threads of duality, that is, light and shadow, birth and death. And these are not opposing forces, but rather complementary aspects of a cosmic dance. The Karo perceive the world as a dynamic interplay of forces, a delicate balance between the celestial, the terrestrial, and spiritual realms. So, for starters, let's explore the Karo concept of Pacha, the entire fabric of reality. We will also delve into the three planes of existence to see how they interact to create the world that we experience. We will see how duality plays out in all of creation and the shaman's role in a dualistic world. It's my hope through this exploration that you gain a deeper appreciation for the role that each one of us play in the interconnectivity of all things. So when we speak of Pacha, the fabric of reality, it is indeed a tapestry that's more vast than all of the oceans combined, and we are but mere drops within that ocean. Yet, these drops are vital and essential. And to put this in perspective, I want you to imagine the construction of an airplane wing. Now, as you board the plane and you stow your belongings in the overhead and tuck your things underneath the seat, you turn and you glance out of the window. It's easy to take for granted that neat row of bolts that are holding that wing together. And in fact, if you were to see this bolt individually, you wouldn't think that much about it. But while you were nestling into your window seat for this flight, and you casually glanced out, and you noticed that one of the bolts was missing, your eye would certainly be drawn to it, and it would most definitely matter. So, likewise, each component within carries the potential to create ripples that change the world via its presence or via its absence. We're not just merely drops in the ocean. So Pachamama, our loving mother who cradles us in her arms, providing nourishment and support to life itself, is no different. To honor her is to honor life. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the 3 levels of existence that we experience according to the Quechua tradition. First, let's talk about Hanan Pacha. This is the realm of spirit. And this is a realm that's closer than you think. It's less than a breath away. I want you to think about the cosmos. Now, we've all watched sunrises and sunsets of the majestic Antitaiti, Father Sun, and we've experienced basking within its warmth. And we've all witnessed the cycles of Grandmother Moon, Mama Kilia, as we observe her gentle glow traversing the night sky, hiding and revealing herself. It's the twinkling of the stars, the vastness of the ocean, and all the other things that are all expressions of divine energy. And all of these items have a way of offering us guidance, inspiration, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves, greater than these finite earth suits that we embody. Now, speaking of earth suits, we have Kepacha, or the middle world, or our human realm. It is the garden that we tend and we share with other creatures on Pachamama. We humans move through the earth in 2 ways, as caretakers and co-creators. It's with care and wisdom that we can cultivate a world of beauty and harmony, where we dwell in right relationship with our environment and with our 2-legged, 4-legged, winged, finned, feathered, and creepy crawly brethren. We then, as co-creators, have the ability to take the raw materials gifted us by Pachamama and mix those with intent and with imagination and become co-creators. Now, these roles of caretaker and co-creator are not separate, just as we are not separate from the garden. Our actions have consequences both for seen and unseen, for the positive and for the negative. Next, we'll move on to Ukhu Pacha, the lower world. Now, this notion of lower world is often feared, but it is a place of transformation and renewal. I'm often struck how other cultures outside of the West show reverence for that world. And with elaborate preparations and customs, they're not rushing the process or the transition of relinquishing one's earth suit, but there's a mindfulness about honoring this next step of the journey, and to recognize that honoring this journey is to honor the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The 3-day standard of time away given in the West doesn't even begin to scratch the need of those who have been left to grieve, nor has it given the departed long enough to even to get used to having a non-corporeal experience. Now, to truly understand Pacha is to live in harmony with all of its aspects, the lower, the middle, and the upper world. It's to see the sacred within the ordinary. It's to find connection in everything. It's to walk gently upon the earth, respecting all beings. This is the path of the Kero, and it's a path that's open to all who seek it. So, how do we carry this out when we live in a world of duality? It is by recognizing the relationship between and within the complementary nature of opposites. So let's talk for a little bit about duality and complementary opposites. At the core of many spiritual and philosophical traditions lies the concept of duality, the idea that everything exists in pairs of opposites. These opposites, however, are not adversarial, but rather they are complementary, and they are necessary forces that together create the dynamic tapestry of existence. To demonstrate this, I'm going to ask you to join me in a little exercise here. Now, I want you to take a deep breath in and hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now breathe out. But before you take in another breath, hold this. It feels good to breathe. To inhale without the exhale creates a problem. To exhale without the inhale creates a problem. Both are necessary to sustain life. So let's take a look at some examples of complementary opposites. Light and dark, life and death, masculine and feminine, creation and destruction, good and evil, right and left. These opposites are not static, but they are in a constant interplay, creating a dynamic rhythm and flow to life. And it is essential to recognize, too, that neither pole is inherently superior nor inferior, and like our breath, both are necessary for optimal functioning on this planet. Our world is woven from the intricate tapestry of this duality. From the cosmic dance of celestial bodies to the rhythms of our own hearts, the principle of opposites is always present. So let's explore next how this fundamental law manifests in nature and within ourselves. Now, at the heart of many cultures, including Kero Quechua, there is a reverence for the Earth Mother, Pachamama, or Gaia as she might be called, and Father Sun, Auntie Taiti, and Mama Kilia, Grandmother Moon. The sun and moon are divine figures representing the yin and the yang of creation, doing the job of both nurturing and illumination. Auntie Taiti, Father Sun, with his radiant energy, brings warmth and vitality and the ability to see in order to do things. Mama Kilia marks the seasons and the tides, and Pachamama, Mother Earth, is the great mother where all life incubates, lives, and returns to the elements when the living is done. And this eternal dance allows Pachamama to bountifully provide sustenance and life for us from the time when we draw our first breath until we give up our earth suit and return our consciousness back to source. Now, as I stated a moment ago, here on Pachamama, nature is a living testament to duality. The cycle of day and night, the changing of the seasons, the ebb and flow of tides, seed time and harvest, all of these exhibit the principle of duality working in harmony. Winter's cold embrace is followed by spring's rebirth. Summer's exuberance yields to the autumn's introspection. These rhythms also mirror the internal cycles of life, death, and renewal. Now we'll move on to talk about our humanity and the duality that is the cosmic dance within ourselves. Now, the human being is a cosmic paradox. It's a microcosm, a little world that mirrors the universe and its eternal dance of opposites. Ancient wisdom states that we are not merely inhabitants of the universe, but intimate reflections of its core dynamics. At the heart of this existence lies duality, light, shadow, creation and annihilation, order and chaos. And just as the cosmos is a ceaseless ballet of opposing energies within the human experience, this duality is equally profound. Joy, sorrow, love, hate, hope, and despair. These are not isolated emotions, but reflections of the universe's fundamental rhythms. See, our physical bodies, that intricate network of systems and cells, are cosmic blueprints. The rhythmic pulse of our hearts echoes the cosmic heartbeat, while the circulation of our blood mirrors celestial currents. Yet, we are more than just biological constructs. Our minds, too, participate in this cosmic duality. Thoughts and emotions, like celestial bodies, orbit within our consciousness, creating harmonies and also creating cognitive dissonances. So to embark upon this journey of humanity is to acknowledge this inherent duality. It is in recognizing that the darkness within we can also illuminate with our inner light. By understanding that both poles of experience are essential to our growth, we cultivate a sense of wholeness. The journey towards inner harmony is not about eradicating the shadows, but integrating them into a balanced cosmic dance. Ultimately, to be human is to be a microcosm of the cosmos, being caught in the eternal pull of opposites. And in embracing this duality, we discover our true potential and our profound connection to the universe. Let's talk a little bit about how to balance that out with the concept of Aini. It's the balance of reciprocity from our inner worlds to outer connectedness. So, having delved deep into the depths of our individual psyches, we now turn our gaze outwards towards interpersonal existence. There is this illusion currently of isolated selfhood, a rugged individualism, and this in itself is a deceptive mirage. We are not solitary islands adrift in a cosmic sea, but we're intricate threads woven into the grand fabric of life. Pacha. The earth, our shared home, demands our stewardship. Pachamama sustains us and expects our care in return. This reciprocal relationship is embodied in the Quechua concept of Aini. It is a blueprint for living in harmony with the natural world and our fellow beings. And Aini is more than a mere concept. It is actually a living philosophy. It is the art of balance, of giving and receiving without expectation. To nourish the earth is to nourish oneself. To uplift one's community is to elevate the spirit. To honor the sacred is to reverence the sacred both within and without. This principle of reciprocity is a practical application of the duality that we explored earlier. Every action within duality creates a ripple outward, creating a chain reaction of consequences. And see, we're interconnected, not just with other humans, but with the animal kingdom, the plant world, and the very elements themselves. And to ignore this interconnectedness is to invite imbalance and disharmony. Aini invites us to live in conscious alignment with the rhythms of the natural world. It is a call to cultivate empathy, compassion, and a deep sense of responsibility. By embodying the principles of Aini, we contribute to a world where all beings thrive, and where earth is honored, and where the human spirit finds its ultimate fulfillment. So, what is the role of the shaman in all of this? Well, for one thing, the shaman is a balance keeper. The shaman is a spiritual practitioner, and they are an intermediator between the physical and spiritual worlds. And they play a very crucial role in maintaining harmony between these two opposing forces, kind of like a referee. We are seen as guardians of balance. We work to ensure that the energies of the opposing forces remain in equilibrium, because we know that when one force becomes dominant, it can lead to imbalance and chaos. This equilibrium is essential for the well-being of both individuals and the planet. When these forces become in balance, chaos ensues. For example, an overabundance of one energy can lead to natural disasters, societal unrest, or personal suffering. An excess of destructive energy might manifest as storms, wars, or disease. An overabundance of one energy, conversely, a dominance of creative energy without counterbalancing forces could result in unchecked growth, exploitation, or spiritual stagnation. Shamans are also facilitators of transformation. By understanding the interplay of opposites, shamans can guide individuals through their own personal transformations, helping them integrate their own internal polarities. Now, this work is often called shadow work. And shadow work is often misunderstood as a process by which we eliminate the darker aspects of the psyche. On the contrary, it's a journey of deep self-discovery and acceptance of our duality. I'll repeat that. On the contrary, it's a journey of deep personal self-discovery and acceptance of our own duality. See, the goal here is not to eradicate the shadows, but to bring them into the light of consciousness. The shadows are the unacknowledged parts of ourselves, the emotions, desires, and beliefs that we've either repressed or denied. These hidden aspects, while often uncomfortable, are nonetheless integral components of our humanity. By turning a spotlight on our shadows, we begin to understand their influence on our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. Integration of the shadow involves acknowledging its existence without judgment. It's about recognizing the shadow as part of oneself rather than a separate entity to be feared or rejected. Now, is this work easy? No. It's hard work. But through this integration, we can achieve a greater wholeness and authenticity. By embracing our shadows, we liberate ourselves from their unconscious grip, allowing us to live more fully and authentically. And this is where the shaman comes in as a healer. Shamanic healing involves addressing the imbalances in the body, in the mind, and the spirit, identifying the root cause of the disharmony and giving the individual steps to take in order to correct these imbalances. You see, shamans possess the ability to create sacred spaces where individuals can safely explore their shadow without judgment. They can guide individuals through the process of integrating these darker aspects into a cohesive sense of self. Now, one thing I would like you to note is that there is definitely a difference between healing and a cure. Cure aims for a complete eradication, as if the issue never existed. It is like waving a magic wand and the happening never occurred. Healing, on the other hand, is a much more holistic approach that helps the one being healed to become whole, even if the condition persists. Healing focuses on well-being, on strength, on the ability to cope, regardless of the condition. It's about finding peace and balance within oneself, even when faced with challenges. Shamans act as connectors to the spirit world. Shamans access lower, middle, and upper world. They do this to seek guidance and to support in restoring balance. The shaman does this by traveling between the seen and the unseen, the supraconscious, the conscious, and the subconscious, the material and the spiritual worlds. And this is the job of the shaman, no matter what lineage they come from. They can be Siberian shamans, Korean shamans, African shamans, Native American shamans. We all essentially do the same thing. Travel from ordinary into non-ordinary reality to bring back medicine for ourselves and our community. So, when journeying into the spirit world, Karo shamans seek to balance the masculine and the feminine, the dark and the light, and other complementary energies. And they do this by performing rituals and ceremonies and by journeying. Now, often these practices may involve sacred geometry with the creation of a despacho, which is a sacred medicine bundle that is gifted to Pachamama, meticulously and intentionally created with objects that represent natural elements, that represents the integration of these elements, the cardinal directions, the three worlds, and calling in balance to the duality. Now, this ceremonial practice often includes music, chanting, and movement in order to create sacred space where these opposites can be reconciled. So, by offering the despacho, and it is offered to Pachamama via fire, via burial, or via being placed in a waterway, the shaman seeks to restore harmony and to create space for healing and renewal. So, in conclusion, we learned in this short time together that Karo shamanic practices can offer us profound insights into the nature and the purpose of duality. We can see how Karo traditions offer a profound lens through which to understand our interconnectedness with both duality and the universe. The cosmology of the Kairos, centered on the three worlds of Pacha, the upper, middle, and lower world, provides a framework for comprehending the interplay between the spiritual, physical, and earthly realms. We also learned about how we physically and intellectually and mentally mirror universal duality within our mental, physical, and emotional bodies, and how by working with the energies of opposites, shamans help individuals find wholeness and balance. The Karo traditions offer a profound lens through which we can understand our interconnectedness with the universe. Their cosmology, centered on the three worlds of upper, middle, and lower world, and the concept of Aini, or reciprocity, emphasizes the importance of balance and harmony within the relationship to all of these. This wisdom offers invaluable insights for those seeking to harmonize these dualities within themselves and within the world around them. Aho.
Thank you, Jennifer. Amazing as build. Jerry, thank you so much for bringing what can be a very, very complex, kind of confusing topic and faith to such clarity and depth. We're really, really grateful that you're a part of our dance. Thank you again for an amazing talk. Philip Lupo and PL Theatrics, thank you for taking our crazy and making it wonderful. If you have need of technical support in the audiovisual department, see the website below. Past services are available in multiple places. We have 2 People of Diversity Facebook locations, a page and a group. All of the multi-faith talks are available on both of those, one under live and one under videos. The other place is on YouTube. That we have set up in playlists. You can search by topic or search by faith. It's an amazing resource. We encourage you to use it as much as you can. Deep dive. Immediately following the morning service, we changed the time to immediately following the morning service, which is hitting around 11:30, and it will take a half an hour, and we will end it immediately or precisely at noon, so as not to dig into your day. Second broadcast happens on Sunday evening on Facebook only at 5:45. Again, you can get notifications on Sunday morning by subscribing to the YouTube channel or by joining the People of Diversity page or the People of Diversity group. So, we've been mentioning that we are doing live events now, and that is happening at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge. We had an amazing event last week, or last Monday rather, and Jerry Nettesheim and the Sisters of the Traveling Mystics led an amazing sound bath experience. The next live event will be a drum circle on August 26th from 7th to 9. And that will be yours truly leading that. Again, that will be at the UU Church. It's a free event, and we, of course, accept love offerings. Our country this week is Sudan. The people of Sudan need our sincere prayers right now, so if you would join me in sending them love, peace, and a dash of strength just to move through what they're dealing with. May peace prevail in Sudan. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Reminder that, again, next week is our Baha'i representative, Dean Martineau, and Michaela Townsend will be our musical accompaniment. If you would like to leave a tithe, donation, an offering, whatever word works for you, we are grateful for it. Please do that at www.peopleofdiversity.org. Hit that donate button in the middle of the page. It's the most receptive. If you would join us for a healing circle, bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world that might need prayers, help, support, healing, anything, and put them in that circle, and let's put ourselves in that circle as well, and the folks that are trying to run the planet in a good way, and send out love and healing energy to them and to us. Open up and receive, and listen to this last song together, and have an amazing day and an amazing week. We'll see you next time.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the light.